A very good morning, viewers. You are watching Republic TV. My name is Priyanka Das, and welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from around the country and the world to set the tone for your day. Ahead of the Maharashtra Assembly elections, Prime Minister Modi will be holding rallies in key districts today. And amid the Waqf board properties row, over 500 farmers have submitted their petition to the JPC chairman. Stay tuned as Republic TV brings you the ground reality of these developments, but that's not all. We'll also be bringing you the latest updates from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed lineup for this morning. So let's kickstart today's Mega News Day here on Republic, as always with the nation first this quick morning. In a series of high-profile events ahead of the Maharashtra Assembly polls, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to address several public meetings and hold a roadshow across key districts. The Prime Minister's tour is seen as a major push for the BJP as the state prepares for voting later this month. According to the schedule released by the Prime Minister's office, PM Modi will kick off his tour today with a public meeting in Dhule at 12 p.m. He will then proceed to Nashik, where he is scheduled to address another rally at 2 p.m. On November 9th, PM Modi will be in Akola at 12 p.m. and Nanded at 2 p.m. Both cities, significant in the state's political landscape, will be key stops in the Prime Minister's bid to garner support for the BJP. A large-scale counter-insurgency operation is underway in Sagipora village of Sopore in North Kashmir, following a reported exchange of fire between terrorists and joint security forces. The operation, which involves the Sopore police, 22 Rashtriya Rifles and other security agencies, has escalated after two terrorists were believed to be trapped in the area. Initial reports indicate that the encounter began on Thursday morning when security forces launched a cordon and search operation based on specific intelligence about the presence of terrorists in the village. As the forces approached the hideout, an exchange of fire erupted, and authorities believe that at least two terrorists are now surrounded by the security forces. In a bid to combat the worsening air quality in Delhi and its surrounding areas, the centre has announced significant increases in penalties for farmers involved in burning crop stubble. The new fines, effective immediately, are structured to scale according to landholding size, with the highest penalty set at Rs 30,000. Farmers owning less than 2 acres will face fines of Rs 5,000, while those with holdings between 2 and 5 acres will be fined Rs 10,000. The steepest fines of Rs 30,000 will apply to farmers with more than 5 acres of land found engaging in stubble burning. The revised penalties are part of the government's strategy to curb air pollution under the Commission for Air Quality Management Act of 2021. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge on Wednesday dissolved the Himachal Pradesh Congress Committee along with all the districts and block units in the state with immediate effect. The decision was confirmed in an official statement by the AICC General Secretary KC Venugopal. The significant move follows the party's failure to secure any of the 4 Lok Sabha seats in the general elections early this year. Despite its success in winning 6 out of the 9 assembly by-election seats, the Himachal Pradesh Committee had not seen any major restructuring since Congress claimed victory in the 2022 assembly elections, where it secured 40 out of the 68 seats. The dissolution marks a major shake-up in the party's state organization and suggests strategic changes aimed at revitalizing the party's presence and performance ahead of the future electoral challenges.
जो सक्रिय नई नज़र हमको आ रहे हैं, जो फील्ड में नज़र नहीं आए हैं, चाहे वो विधानसभा के इलेक्शन थे, चाहे वो हमारे लोकसभा के चुनाव थे। अब हम कोशिश करेंगे कि ऐसे लोगों को इसमें जोड़ें, ऐसे लोगों को इसमें आगे लाएं, ताकि वो रात दिन एक होकर पार्टी में काम करें, अपना समय भी दें, वक्त भी दें और पार्टी के हर वर्कर को सक्रिय करने का प्रयास करें।
An incident of stone pelting was reported from Bandhaya Mohalla in Gohalpur police station area of Jabalpur, as a group of miscreants were caught on video pelting stones and large boulders on a house. The video footage, which has gone viral on social media, shows around half a dozen individuals lifting and hurling heavy stones at the residence. causing significant damage to the property. The shocking attack took place on Thursday night and the police have launched an investigation into the incident. The video, filmed by a bystander, shows the accused viciously targeting the house, which has been identified as belonging to a local resident. Authorities stated that the accused involved in the attack are known to be habitual criminals with history of illegal activities in the area. NCP President Ajit Pawar on Thursday campaigned for his party nominees Nawab Malik and latter's daughter Sana, who are contesting the November 20th Maharashtra Assembly elections. NCP's ruling ally BJP has opposed Nawab Malik's candidature over his alleged links with gangster Dawood Ibrahim. Nawab Malik, former State Minority Affairs Minister and Anushakti Nagar MLA, is NCP's nominee from Mankhurd Shivaji Nagar Assembly constituency, while Sana is NCP candidate from Anushakti Nagar. Ajit Pawar rode in an open jeep in a rally in Mumbai, urging people to vote for the father-daughter duo.
हमारी पार्टी का पूरा सपोर्ट नवाब भाई के साथ है। नवाब भाई को हमने ये भी फॉर्म दिया है, सिंबल दिया है, पार्टी के वो कैंडिडेट, इसीलिए मैं उनकी रैली में आया हूँ। आपने देखा कितना अच्छा सपोर्ट युवा युवती का है, मेरे बुजुर्ग लोगों का है, सब लोगों का है और मुझे भरोसा है नवाब भाई जीत के आएंगे।
Over 500 petitions were received by the chairman of the Joint Committee of Parliament on Thursday on the Waqf Amendment Bill. Jagdambika Pal, along with a JPC member and Bengaluru South MP Tejasvi Surya from farmers in Karnataka's northern districts who alleged that their lands were marked as Waqf properties. JPC chairman visited Hubli and Belgavi, during which he met farmers and members of various organizations who complained that their lands were being claimed by the state Waqf board.
कर्नाटका के किसानों का मुझे रिप्रेजेंटेशन मिला था कि जो उनके पास 1920 1930 से उनके पास ज़मीनें हैं, उन ज़मीनों को भी वक्फ बोर्ड क्लेम कर रही है। मैंने आज एक फॉर्मर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से पूछा भी, किसान से, कि जिस ज़मीन को वक्फ बोर्ड कर्नाटका क्लेम कर रही है उसकी टाइटल सूट आपके पास है, उसकी लैंड की ओनरशिप है। वो कहते हैं कि वी हैव ऑल डॉक्यूमेंट्स, वी हैव ऑल आर ओनरशिप।
We are tracking the top business stories for the day. We bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape. Bitcoin, the biggest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, has surged to a record high. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. The Indian equity benchmarks are set to open on a flat note in trade on Friday, as indicated by the Nifty futures traded at Gift City in Gandhinagar. Nifty futures at Gift City fell 11 points or 0.04% to 25,422 amid stable cues from other Asian markets. Most of the Asian markets were trading higher, with Japan's Nikkei rising 0.34%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng up 0.30%, and South Korea's Kospi advancing 0.78%. Overnight, Wall Street's main indexes closed lower after trading slightly higher earlier in the session. Data released on Thursday showed rising US jobless claims indicating labor market softness, but strong service sector activity. Back home, foreign institutional investors sold shares worth Rs 15,243 crore on Thursday, while domestic institutional investors bought shares worth Rs 12,914 crore, data from the National Stock Exchange showed. The Sensex and Nifty dropped sharply in the previous session, falling more than 2% as heavy selling pressure from foreign institutional investors weighed on the markets. The decline was further compounded by the tightening of trading rules for futures and options, aimed at curbing the speculative trading. In addition, rising geopolitical tensions between Iran and Israel have been contributing to market concerns, leading to the sharp pullback. In a significant ruling on Thursday, the Supreme Court set aside the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal's mandate, allowing the transfer of Jet Airways' ownership to the Jalan-Kalro Consortium under an approved resolution plan. Citing the peculiar and alarming delay in the plan's implementation, the court found that the consortium had failed to meet key financial obligations, including the first installment payment. As a result, the court forfeited the bank guarantee of Rs 150 crore submitted by the JPC consortium and ordered the appointment of a liquidator by the NCLAT Mumbai bench to initiate the liquidation process for the financially troubled airline. With this ruling, the fate of Jet Airways now appears sealed, with creditors poised to recover whatever remains through the liquidation process. The Solar Energy Corporation of India has barred Anil Ambani's Reliance Power and its subsidiaries, Reliance NU BESS Limited, from participating in future tenders for the next 3 years. The ban follows irregularities in a bid submitted for a 1 gigawatt solar power project and a 2 gigawatt battery storage system, where SECI discovered that a foreign bank guarantee provided by Reliance NU BESS was fake. The SECI's investigation also revealed that an email falsely claiming to be from the State Bank of India had supported the fraudulent guarantee. As a result, SECI has debarred both companies to preserve the integrity of its tendering process. Bitcoin, the biggest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, has surged to a record high during the Asian trading hours, as investors anticipate Donald Trump winning the US presidential election. In the last 24 hours, the king crypto has surged more than 10%, reaching past the 75,200 mark. Other key cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Solana, Dogecoin have recorded drastic jump, while Musk's favorite crypto token, Dogecoin, has surged 25% in the last 24 hours. Uniswap has recorded a nearly 36% rise in its market value. Continued political developments and regulatory discussions will likely influence the market dynamics as investor enthusiasm remains high. Trump, noted for his vocal support for Bitcoin and the broader cryptocurrency market, is going to return to the White House with a softer take on crypto regulations. Moving on to our international segment, where we're tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today, we delve into the significant developments from around the world. Joe Biden addressed the nation after Kamala Harris's loss, and at least 4 people were killed in a Russian strike in Ukraine. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. President Joe Biden assured Americans his team will work with President-elect Donald Trump's team with the upcoming transition. Biden said he had spoken with Trump and assured him that he would direct his administration to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. Biden was subtly nodding to how Trump in 2020 refused to accept he lost the election. He also stressed the importance of election integrity. Biden spoke from the Rose Garden at the White House after Democrat Kamala Harris lost this week to Donald Trump.
For over 200 years, America has carried on the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails. Yesterday, I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory. And I assured him that I'd direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition.
Lebanon's army said that an Israeli drone strike hit a car and an army checkpoint in the southern port city of Sidon, killing 3 people and wounding 7 others, including UN peacekeepers. The army said the 7 wounded were 3 Lebanese soldiers and found Malaysian UN peacekeepers who happened to be driving through the area at the time of the airstrike. Earlier in the day, state-run National News Agency said one of the wounded was taken to the hospital, while the peacekeepers were treated for minor injuries at the scene of the attack at the northern entrance of Sidon, Lebanon's 3rd largest city. The Israeli military said on Thursday that about 30 projectiles were identified crossing from Lebanon, with some being intercepted. Israel's emergency services said in a statement that the strikes hit on a vehicle, but no injuries were reported. At least 4 people were reported killed and 18 more injured in a Russian strike on the Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia on Thursday. That happened after Russian troops launched 5 missile and glide bomb strikes on Zaporizhia, targeting the residential buildings and a hospital. Dozens of Southern California homes burned and thousands of residents were forced to flee as a fast-moving wildfire exploded near Malibu's Broad Beach on Wednesday. Los Angeles County Fire Department crews rushed to contain a wildfire and authorities briefly shut down the Pacific Coast Highway as flames burned near multi-million-dollar properties. The Los Angeles County Fire Department said that by late Wednesday, the fire was at 60% containment and its forward progress was stopped. Chinese President Xi Jinping met with Prime Minister of Malaysia Anwar Ibrahim in Beijing on Thursday, calling on the two sides to take the opportunity of the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic ties to promote and enrich the China-Malaysia community with a shared future, noting that China and Malaysia are good neighbors, good friends and good partners. She said the two countries have maintained close interactions and exchanges at all levels and advanced mutually beneficial cooperation with high quality on all fronts since Anwar's first China visit in March last year, after taking office as Prime Minister, delivering tangible benefits to the two people. She said China and Malaysia are both at crucial stages of national development and rejuvenation. French President Emmanuel Macron met with his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky on the sidelines of the European Political Community Summit in Budapest on Thursday. 50 European leaders gathered for the summit in Hungary's capital as they guarded a welcome to incoming US President Donald Trump. The assembled leaders reassessed transatlantic relations in the hope that Donald Trump's second US presidency will avoid the strife of his first administration. Deforestation in Brazil's Amazon forest dropped by 30.6% this year compared to the previous year. The record is the lowest of the level of destruction in 9 years. In a 12-month span, the Amazon rainforest lost over 6,000 square kilometers. The results, announced in Brazil's presidential palace, sharply contrast with President's predecessor, far-right leader Jair Bolsonaro, who prioritized agribusiness expansion over forest protection and weakened the environmental agencies. 28 people were hurt, including one who suffered critical injuries after a tour bus overturned Thursday morning on Interstate 490. The crash occurred shortly after 7 a.m., shutting down I-490 between exits 3 and 4 in the Chile-Riga area. What caused the crash, which occurred near Union Street, was not immediately clear. Monroe County Sheriff and State Police are investigating. Westbound lanes in that area are closed, but eastbound lanes are open. Several ambulances and first responders responded to the scene, but there aren't specific details yet on the severity of the injuries or how many people were on board the bus. The bus driver is among the injured.
Is going to be a long incident here. We anticipate it'll be well into the afternoon before this portion of the roadway is opened up. And then the investigation still will not be over. We're going to take the bus back to a secure impound where that will continue with the investigation. It'll go through a complete and thorough mechanical inspection to make sure that it's up to standard and all of the safety requirements, everything.
All right, viewers, it's time to dive into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting matchups. Today, we bring you the latest updates coming from Real Madrid as Kylian Mbappe not named in France's squad. Keep listening to all the buzz right here on our sports segment. Smriti Mandhana, Elise Perry, Shefali Verma, Meg Lanning and Harmanpreet Kaur were some of the big names retained by their respective franchisees for the next edition of the Women's Premier League. Royal Challengers Bengaluru on Thursday announced the retention of 14 players, including 6 overseas recruits, along with the captain Mandhana. Star batter Perry and wicketkeeper Richa Ghosh headlined a list of retainees of the championship winning team. Shreyas Iyer continued with his red-hot form, smashing a stroke-filled 233 to lead Mumbai to a massive 602 for 4 declared in their Ranji Trophy Elite Group A match against Odisha. Iyer's second consecutive ton in Ranji Trophy also turned out to be his highest score in first-class cricket as the right-handed hammer Odisha all around the park at a strike rate of nearly 103. In an apparent climb down from its earlier stated position, Pakistan Cricket Board is willing to make adjustments in the schedule of the 2025 Champions Trophy, which it is hosting, with matches involving India taking place in the UAE, according to the sources. It could mean that the tournament may be held in the hybrid model, as the Indian government is unlikely to allow its team to travel to Pakistan in the existing socio-political environment and security concerns for the national team. Delhi spinners were unable to display enough potency when it mattered, as an inexperienced Chandigarh side got a crucial first innings lead of 48 runs on the second day of their Ranji Trophy Group D match. Bowled out for 276 in their first essay after poor selection call by head coach Sarandeep Singh, who picked Kshitij Sharma ahead of an informed Jaunty Sidhu. The Delhi bowlers couldn't stop Chandigarh's tail from wagging as they ended the first innings on 324. Pakistan are likely to field an unchanged playing 11 versus Australia in the second one-day international in Adelaide. A source close to the team said there had been some discussions on handling the debut to left-arm wrist spinner Faisal Akram, but the pitch appeared to be more encouraging for pacers. In a repeat of the 2023 Women's World Cup finals, Spain and England were drawn together in a group for 2025 Nations League. World champion Spain and European champion England also will face Belgium and Portugal in the group, with games played from February 19 to June 3rd. Spain beat England 1-0 in Sydney in a final tainted by the post-game misconduct of Luis Rubiales, then the Spanish Soccer Federation president. On Friday, Rubiales is scheduled to have his appeal against a 3-year ban by FIFA heard by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Struggling to make an impact at Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe has again been left out of the France squad. The captain was not included in coach Didier Deschamps' list of players for Nations League matches against Israel and Italy. Mbappe was also absent from the previous gathering because of a minor thigh injury. He would not elaborate on his choice to do without the striker, but said it was not related to recent reports in Swedish media that the former Paris Saint-Germain star was the subject of a rapid investigation. The inaugural edition of the Lanka T10 Super League will be played in the iconic hill captain of Kandy. Accordingly, all games of the tournament will be played at the Pellicle International Cricket Stadium in Kandy, starting from 12th to 22nd December. India's Kiran George dished out yet another gritty performance to upset third seed Chi Yu Sen of Chinese Taipei in a tough 3-game match and progress to the men's singles quarterfinals of the Korea Masters badminton tournament. Pacer Michael Nasser has been ruled out of the remainder of the Australia A match against India A with hamstring injury after bagging 4 wickets on the opening day of the second unofficial test. Tracking the buzz, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. The 67th Grammy nominations will be announced today. This and more as we unravel all the latest updates from the entertainment industry this morning. In London this week, the cast of Red One gathered for a festive photo call at Tower Bridge ahead of the holiday film's release on Wednesday. Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, Lucy Liu and others posed in front of the giant Christmas decorations, offering a glimpse into the action-packed holiday adventure. The film follows Johnson's character, the North Pole's head of security, who teams up with infamous bounty hunter Evans to rescue a kidnapped Santa Claus and save Christmas. Reflecting on the film's heartwarming spirit, Evans described it as a holiday escape that evokes the season's warmth, while Johnson highlighted a moving speech by Simmons' Santa Claus that calls for seeing the good in people amid today's cynicism. The film hits theaters across US screens in November 15.
I think we made a great movie. It's a lot of fun. It's big action, and also, personally for me, I think because I'm so sappy at times, is the message, and that message is ultimately it's the It's the speech that J.K. Simmons gives to me. J.K. is our Santa Claus. He gives this speech to me in the movie. It always makes me emotional every time I see it, which is he basically says, in this world today where there is so much noise and cynicism and finger pointing and blaming and shaming and things like that, that can be tiresome. It's our job to see the good in people.
The New Suits, a sidebar podcast, is offering fans a behind-the-scenes look at the massively famous legal drama Suits. As co-hosts Patrick J. Adams and Sarah Rafferty revisit the series, Adams, who played Mike Ross, explained that the podcast was inspired by the show's resurgence on Netflix, which has sparked a new wave of popularity. Alongside Rafferty, who portrayed Donna Paulson, Adams rewatches episodes and discusses both on-screen moments and off-camera stories with the cast and crew. The pair also revealed that Meghan Markle, who played Rachel Zane before becoming a member of the British royal family, has already reached out to wish them well, though they stopped short of confirming if she would join them on the podcast. The podcast drops new episodes each week.
I mean, we're both close with Aaron. We've talked to him. I think it's important that they're like setting their own stage and getting those characters off on the right foot. So that's what they're doing. But I mean, I think we're both open to, you know, depends on the world and the characters and if it makes sense.
I just need a shorter heel now. I just like, if I'll go there and walk around, but I need like half an inch shorter.
I mean, you are so expensive. I don't know if they can afford it.
Nominations for the 67th Annual Grammy Awards will be announced today, with artists such as Taylor Swift, Beyoncé, Billie Eilish, Chappelle Roan and Sabrina Carpenter among the expected nominees. Other likely contenders include Post Malone and Kendrick Lamar. The nominees will be announced during a video stream live on the Grammy website and the Recording Academy's YouTube channel on Friday at Pacific and Eastern Time, kicking off with a pre-show 15 minutes earlier. A host of talent is on deck to announce the nominees, including Gayle King, Jim Gaffigan, and a long list of previous Grammy winners like Brandy Clark, David Frost, and Kylie Minogue. The Grammy Awards will air on February 2nd live on CBS from a venue in Los Angeles. Erykah Badu was honored with the Fashion Icon Award by the Council of Fashion Designers of America last week, a recognition she described as deeply meaningful. The Grammy-winning singer, known for her bold and unique style, expressed her surprise at the accolade, sharing that fashion has always been the most direct form of self-expression. Badu explained that while her distinctive style has often resonated with others, it was rewarding to finally be acknowledged publicly. In addition to her fashion recognition, Badu hinted that new music could be on the horizon, revealing she is currently writing and arranging songs, though she emphasized that she only creates when she feels she truly has something to say.
It means a lot to be celebrated as a fashion icon because I express myself most clearly through the way I dress. The way I approach life has a lot to do with what I've chosen to wear or how I've chosen to show up. Yeah, and that expression is sometimes very contagious to others. And it has been for a long time, but nobody really said anything.
And that's a wrap for today's segment of Quick Morning. Don't go anywhere, viewers, as we'll be right back tracking the top headlines and the biggest stories from across the globe, only on Republic TV.